Time for another edition of the Cougar Coaches Show here, Mediacom Channel 22, also available at ColumbiaCougars.com. My name is Cosmo, the broadcaster for Columbia College Soccer, the head coach of both squads, the women's program and the men's team. What is this, year 3 finished now? Is that correct?
For the women, third year.
Hard to believe, yeah, for the women's program here that year 3 is done and in the books. The season, a regular season championship as far as the regular season, semifinal loss in the tournament, but another year to the national tournament, and you ended up losing in that opening round to the eventual national champions in Lindsey Wilson.
Yeah, but what a great experience for the girls, and didn't go with our full unit, and I think it was a great learning experience, and I think we're moving towards that direction. You know, I think we're just hopefully only a year away from winning our first national tournament game, and seeing if we can advance a little bit further on the women's side.
Really, as far as player-wise, just the one player on the senior, Tori Magaletta, and she was an important one. Certainly distributed the ball well and scored a lot of goals for you in her time here at Columbia College. But so a younger squad that's got some very much experience. You got a lot of players that got a chance to play a lot of minutes for you.
Yeah, no. I mean, we only had 17 players, so everybody got a lot of playing time this year. Yeah, we really only lose one senior, Tori Magaletta, who had just a great career. You know, the transfer from Drury, she was outstanding for us, and she definitely set an example on the field and in the classroom, a scholar athlete, All-American. So we'll certainly miss her. A big hole to fill in the center of the midfield. You know, Lori Frew did that for much of the year. You know, matched up well with Tori in there. They were a great partnership. But Lori had the late knee injury in the postseason, so she's doing great. She's recovering, and I think she's anxious to get back, and she'll definitely be a leader in the center of the midfield.
That was going to be my next player to talk about, was the Rockbridge product, Lori Frew, with the injury. How was the recovery going? She was the freshman of the year in the AMC conference. Quite an accolade for her on the soccer field.
Yeah, I mean, she just texted me the other day. You know, that injury occurred in November. She texted me just a few days ago, and was excited with exclamation points. Hey, I'm cleared to jog. So she's been working so hard. Even that night, you know, she was in tears. Left the field, went up to the training room. You know, before the end of that match, she was back down on the field cheering for her teammates. She's just a great teammate, super hard worker, very skilled, and love having her here, and excited about the next 3 years with her.
Yeah, I know I brought it up on at the time, the broadcast on the web at ColumbiaCougars.com, and then to you when we did the show, to see her come back down with the ice all on the knee and the crutches, and shaking the other team's hand and the referee's hand, and something I'll remember that for a long time. You talk about the Champions of Character method and motto with Columbia College and the NAI in general. That was a shining moment for sure.
She does. She exemplifies a champion of character, and the girls look up to her. She was only a freshman. You know, I think I look for great leadership from her over the next 3 years.
Talk about the recruiting process for the women's program, if you can, just a little bit. I know you're, as we always say, recruiting never stops. You're always kind of looking for that next group of ladies to come play for you, but you've had a lot of success recruiting here close to home, especially out of Jeff City.
We have, you know, and we're right in the middle of it. You know, we've added 5 players. We did only have the roster of 17 last year. We'd like to get that to 22 or 23. We've added 5, 3 JUCO girls and a transfer from a D2 program. And just the other day, got a phone call from a Rockbridge girl, Katie Cook. She's just committed to us, so excited to bring one of Lori's old teammates on board, and you know, we'll continue with that. I would expect us to add another 4 or 5 players before August, but we're right in the heart of recruiting season for us.
And that is certainly the mix that I think you've used in the 3 years so far to be very successful quickly right off the jump at Columbia College. A mix of some girls that have transferred some experience along with the freshmen that have jumped right into the mix, you know, with the girls, several of the highest players, as well as Lori Frew, being freshmen, seeing a lot of minutes and really showing a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good talent here in mid-Missouri, a lot of good JUCO players, Kansas City, St. Louis, you know, 4 or 5 hour drives, different JUCO programs. You know, we continue to look that direction, not opposed to an international player or two, but I like the mix we've had, and we certainly like to stay true to the Missouri student athlete, and that's been good for us. You know, we're even already looking at the junior class, and making some offers there. So I feel like we're a step ahead this year from where we were just building the program, and now we've got a good base, and we're looking towards future years, and I think you're going to see a lot of good things out of this program.
And certainly certainly the resume that you guys have built with trips to the national tournament and conference championships and tournament wins and that kind of thing, that obviously helps attract along with the school and the education that the athletes will get as well.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, I think strong student athletes want to join strong programs, and I think these girls have already done that. They play a really good style of soccer. All the girls buy into just good ball movement, good organized defense, and we've really been blessed with some special attackers over these first 3 years. So we look to continue to build. Certainly, we would like to take this team deep into a national tournament.
Flip the script a little bit to the men's squad. A runner-up in the tournament championship, made it to the title game. A loss to the Lynx in a game on the road, a tough loss in that one. But to talk about the guys' season overall.
Wow, it's a tough one, when you think about it, because it really was a great season in many ways. I mean, you beat Park twice in the same year. That doesn't happen very often. Also beat Hannibal, another powerhouse in the conference. Beat Missouri Valley, a top 5 team in the country. We tied Ashford, number 2 team in the country. And then into the conference comes Lindenwood Belleville Lynx and, old buddy Dan Hogan. And wow, they take the conference in the first year and the conference tournament. I think, the conference tournament 4-0. We really didn't come to play that day, but the game during the season, the 1-0 game, we had a lot of opportunities, and that would have gone a long way to win in that game. It was on the road, but we had great scoring chances. Lost that game 1-0. So the Lynx got us and just kept us from any kind of title, from advancing to a national tournament. But I think the guys are hungry, and we continue, just like the girls. I mean, it's always about winning a conference title and looking for that bid to the national tournament. And the guys, we have a pretty good base. We didn't lose a lot of guys. I feel good about them again. I felt great about them all year, but just came up a little bit short this year.
Yeah, you're 4 seniors with Jacob Rocco in the back, a big asset to the team, literally and figuratively, at whatever he was, 7 or 6'6" or whatever. And Marko Paunovic at the opposite end of the pitch up top as the offense, two guys that have been with you for 4 years, and they were very talented on the field and got a lot of playing time, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we lost 4 seniors that were 4-year guys, including those 2, and then the 2 Rockbridge boys, Danny Baird and Brady Wolf, and all 4 were great kids, loyal to the program for all 4 years. Marko did his thing around the goal box and scored great goals. He scored some terrific goals for us this year against Mo Valley, 2 goals in that win, and he scored a big goal against Park I can't remember which Park game it was, but it was big, getting us to advance or getting close to the title of conference. And definitely will miss him. And then Rocco's been steady in the back for 4 years. So hard guys to replace, but that's the job every time you lose a class. And Megan Gill and Nikola Bilichwich are back at the office right now working on that. And I think we're getting close to what we think will be another very competitive program.
Talented base, yeah, talented base, obviously, and talk about your goaltender that really came on, and I'm assuming he'd be at least his job to lose in goal to start for next season.
Yeah, Daniel Ainsworth was an All-American JUCO player, came to us from Laramie Community College out in Wyoming, and he got here, arrived a little bit late in the preseason, wasn't quite eligible to start the season. Brady Wolf just really came on and had a great early season. Didn't do anything to lose the job. So, those 2 guys competed all year long. And, we do lose Brady, but Daniel's back for another year and playing well. And we're confident with him back there. So I'm real confident all over the field and really like our chances and really think the guys are hungry to get back and try and win a conference championship.
And, not an easy spot to replace on the back 4 with Jacob leaving out, but Corey McDonald certainly leads part of that group as a very talented back and a local kid out of Rockbridge High School.
Yeah, Corey, he's had a great 3 years so far. He just played an outstanding soccer game, our first game of the year last year down in Mobile. I even made a comment, wow, he's having an All-American game, and that game late he got hit in the ankle and I don't think that injury ever left him. You know, looking forward to getting him back fully healthy to lead that backfield. Matija Sara, you know, from Croatia, he was a freshman, and he's a big, strong boy. He's very comfortable on the ball. So feeling good about having those two back there, and kind of looking for a left-sided player, somebody to come up that left side that's very comfortable carrying the ball down the left wing. You know, we've signed a couple JUCO boys, a couple center midfielders, and probably a right back. So I think we're getting close there too.
And that, again, the same thing on the recruiting. Obviously, the high school side, at least, their season or ended a little bit earlier, so you get a little bit more of a jump on those guys. But the same kind of deal, just out recruiting.
Yeah,
all the time.
I mean, we're supposed to go this weekend, but the snow's canceled this weekend's showcase up in Kansas City. We were down in Arkansas a few weeks ago. We've just been bringing players in, JUCO players, boys out of high school, and that's what we do, you know, November until June. You know, we're looking at players on a weekly basis, and we're very selective because we don't add, you know, we don't have 30, 35 guys in the program. We don't have a JV program, so you know, we're only looking for probably 3 or 4 more players. We'd love those to be impact players, and you know, it's difficult to tell kids, you know, that they probably believe they could easily be on this team, and maybe they could be on the team. Will they take us to the next level, and do we have a spot for them in our program? So it's a tough process, but you know, I think it all works out in the end, and we're always searching for that, you know, a conference championship type player.
Most definitely. Well, anybody that's driven down Wilkes or Range Line, there's some different views going on our Marvin Owens Field as the grass lifted, and now well, it's now snow covered now, but the building is just about done. The brickwork and stonework on the outside is finishing up on the locker room facilities. It'll be home and visitor locker rooms for the officials, press box, and much more. And then the turf starts going down. When does that start going into place?
Well, we're late February here. I mean, that whole project has to be done on June 1st, so I think we're 2 months from seeing turf on that field, and really, really excited about that project. And we'll certainly miss our Bermuda field. It was one of the great, you know, natural grass fields that we played on every year. But I think for our purposes here at a small college, having the turf and being able to use it daily, and not just soccer, but other types of activities, I think it's going to benefit the college tremendously. So I'm really looking forward to working on the turf. I'm really looking forward to having the locker rooms right down on the field. I'm happy for the fans that they have restrooms and concessions right at the field now. So it's a terrific project, and we're really excited.
And I mean, really, once that science building went in on that south end, and then the fencing kind of went in, just the way it's going to frame out now, just even something as simple as the standards that held the netting up behind the goal, and you add that turf now and the actual building structures. I mean, it's going to look like a stadium more than just a field. Yeah,
it is a stadium environment, and you know, the one great thing that I love about our watching games at our facility is you're right on the field. You know, there's not a track. We are going to have track lines that are just a turf surface, so people have a place to jog around the field, but you're not far from the field. You're basically part of the action when you come watch a Cougar soccer game, and I think it's awesome. So yeah, you're right. It's framed nicely. It's going to really have a nice stadium feel.
Anybody that's got youngsters, I know my little guy's signed up and ready to go. You guys have a soccer camp over spring break. Talk a little bit about what goes on with that here at Southwell Complex on the soccer team.
You know, that's something we've been doing for, I think 3, maybe 4 years now, and just over spring break, anybody that is looking for an activity, you know, I think we've been getting anywhere from 15 to 30 kids to come to that camp for spring break, Monday through Thursday, I think we go, and just get here early in the morning and work on a lot of skills. You know, we have the indoor facilities. We've used the outdoor field over spring break when it's been nice, but there is no outdoor field right now. So we'll definitely be inside, and we encourage anybody that is looking for an activity, you know, that likes the game of soccer. Come on up. Coach staff will be on board, probably a few players, and we just have a lot of fun for the week.
I know my son did it last year, doing it again this year. He had an absolute blast, and still loves it when he's at games with me. Loves running into Nicola and trying to reach up for a big knuckle punch, high five. But it's a lot of fun, and I know the kids learn a lot, and especially from the players. That's cool to the kids to be able to see those guys. And you guys do another camp in the summer, and registration stuff is available on the website, ColumbiaCougars.com. Coach, good luck on the recruiting trail.
Thank you, Cosmo.
And can't wait to see the turf go down, and pretty soon a whole new look outside, and then a whole new look on both teams coming to play on that field.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun year.
Coach John Klein, Cougar women's and men's soccer coach, joining us here on the Cougar Coaches Show on MediaCom Channel 22. Thanks for watching.